It's okay. It's safe. Oh, you can come out now.
Wow, that scared me. My heart's beating like crazy, Phil. Can you feel that?
Yeah.
I'm still shaking, and I swear to God, I nearly pooed my pants.
Charming.
All right, calm down. It was obviously a false alarm.
Or a test.
A test? For what?
Lockdown drill practice? You know, if there's an intruder on site, or...
If there's been some kind of accident.
Or some mad man's come in with a machine gun!
That's not funny.
Yeah, Dom, you're so immature. Come on.
I'm afraid you need to wait here.
Why?
The alarm stopped.
It's nothing to worry about, but I have been asked by Mr. Phipps just to stay in here with you folks and make sure you're all safe while they deal with an incident with a pupil.
What?
Okay.
What sorts of incidents?
I can't say.
Why not?
It was just not very appropriate to discuss someone's private... This will all be sorted very quickly and we can all be on our way. Okay?
Are you a teacher?
As if?
I don't know. I've never seen him before.
Yeah, you won't know because it's announced before you joined, but we're in the presence of the one and only head prefect, Jamie Sinclair.
Deputy Head Prefect?
What?
He's a Deputy Head Prefect. Henrietta Smyer's Head Prefect.
That's even worse!
Something of a consolation prize.
You lost out to Sweaty Hetty the Yeti!
Don't call her that! She's a very nice girl and a great friend of mine, actually. So, can everyone just sit down and get on with something while the teachers sort this out?
All right. No need to freak out.
Guys, please, please!
Oh, sorry, Nick. Has anyone got any snacks?
What?
I'm hungry.
We have just had lunch.
Oh, I'm starving.
I think I might have an apple.
No thanks.
Whose classroom is this?
Oh, Miss Underwood. Why?
She always has chocolate in her desk.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Well, no, you can't just start rummaging through a teacher's desk. You absolutely cannot open that drawer. I forbid you from touching that chocolate.
Who wants to get anyway?
I don't do carbs. Thank you.
Rosie?
That is private property.
No, I'm vegan.
No.
Billy? Curly Welly?
Nah, they're too sticky.
This is totally unacceptable. It's technically theft.
All right. Calm down. Bloody chocolate.
How do we know you're telling us the truth?
What?
You seem pretty worked up. How do we know you're not the students who had the incident?
Don't be ridiculous.
No, think about it. That would make total sense.
How?
You set the alarm off.
You lock all of us in here and then pretend some other kid who was gone crazy.
You're holding us hostage.
Oh, come on, look at me. I'm obviously not.
I don't know, you hear about it all the time.
What?
These mega brainy, high-flying students.
Oh, yeah. And the stress of exams.
A-levels are meant to be Super difficult.
And then the final blow.
What?
Being passed over for head prefect by sweaty Hetty.
It was a year ago. Don't call her that.
Calm down. We're only joking.
Well, don't, okay?
Okay.
Sorry.
No. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have shouted. It's just I don't like being stuck in here any more than any of you do. And I am not mega brainy, not really.
Well, you are. You're always getting called up in assembly to pick up some award or prize.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. I wish I was clever.
You are clever.
As if.
Okay, maybe you're not going to win any maths prizes anytime soon, but you're one of the most creative people I know.
Oh yeah, I wish I could draw and do makeup like you.
You're amazing.
You guys.
So, what did you get in the GCSEs?
Well, I did okay.
Oh, come on. What did you get?
They got 4 9s and 6 8s.
How do you know that?
It was in the autumn newsletter.
Who reads the school newsletter?
I do.
Well, just because I got good grades doesn't mean I'm clever.
I think it does.
Well, no, I work really, really hard.
Yeah, but I could revise for 100 years and still be getting a 9 in maths.
Oh, maybe you could, if you made it your priority. See, I've always been a perfectionist.
Like how?
Well, like when I was in reception, all these other kids would come out with these pictures that they painted and I would never have any. When my mum asked the teacher what it was all about, she said, I've been throwing them in the bin on the way out because I didn't think they were any good.
Wow.
That's pretty dark.
Are your parents really pushy?
Oh no, they're great. I was just wired that way. I like school.
Someone's got to.
It just makes sense to me. I put the effort in, now I get the grades. But then, every time I get a good grade, I put pressure on myself to get an even better one next time.
What's that like?
Totally exhausting.
Well, what do you do to relax?
Nothing.
Really?
Yeah, I do school. That's my thing.
That's really sad.
Yeah, I know, I'm a loser.
Not sad as in pathetic, but sad as in unhappy.
The only thing that makes me unhappy is being stuck in here with all of you lot. Now, come on, showtime's over. Let's get back to whatever it is you were doing before.
Are you okay, Jamie?
I'm fine, mate. I'm not fine. It's just something I say. Something we all say. On autopilot. Like saying it might make it true. One massive group delusion. I'm not fine. Stuck in this room. I can feel it happening again. I'm becoming unstuck. I need to hold it together. I'm not fine. I'm not sure I have ever been fine. But I was, I think, doing okay. Not great, but okay. I was okay. Then when I was 14, with hormones dancing in my bloodstream, they locked down because of COVID-19. And I was left floating. Adrift. Outside of myself and everything I knew. After a decade of school conditioning, my world turned askew. Stuck in my room and learning online, disinfecting groceries, staying apart. Endless updates as the numbers of dead just kept going up. And no amount of maths revision could translate those numbers into dying figures. And as the weeks and months drifted by, that first painful jolt of fear numbed into a dull, exhausting ache of anxiety. So when we came back, a brave new open world, the feeling stuck with me. And everything I thought I understood, learning, studying and revising, didn't make any sense anymore. They call it a panic attack, but not in the way you would expect. So we sat down for our mock tests, English Lit, our set texts, and the fear floods through me. Stomach flipping, heart beating, hands shaking. But I'm not hyperventilating like you see on TV. I can breathe just fine. My body's not prepped up to fight, or flight, and run away. Instead I freeze. As everyone around me sits down and writes, I float somewhere else, adrift. I cannot open my book. I cannot pick up my pen. I freeze. I freeze because I'm not good enough. I freeze with the fear that I cannot rip up my exam papers and throw them in the bin before anyone sees. Miss Barton comes up and is being all nice. Was I sick? Shall I go see the nurse? And I can't answer. Frozen in ice. And although since then I've had therapy to manage my stress, pass my exams and thaw out my insides, I'm still a mess. Still trying to process what's happened to me and the world I knew and understood. And when something unexpected or unsettling happens, I am straight back there, frozen in my mind. Honestly, mate, I'm fine.
So what do you think's happened?
It's got to be something pretty big.
Maybe they set the school on fire.
If they had, then getting us to lock ourselves in a classroom obviously wouldn't be the smartest move.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't put anything past Phipps.
You know what it could be?
What?
Zombies.
Zombies aren't real.
Well, how do you know? They could be. Someone could have been infected, and now they're roaming the corridors looking to eat human flesh.
I'd say it's statistically unlikely.
Well, 4 years ago, no one thought a pandemic would be a real thing. And now look! Anything's possible.
Maybe they've got an Ofsted inspection, they just want us out the way.
I could believe that for some of us.
Hey!
But Billy, Jamie, they're hardly going to bring the school into disrepute.
All right, so I've heard that if the teacher doesn't turn up in 10 minutes, we can legally, legitimately just go home.
I thought it's 15 minutes.
Well, either way, the time is almost up. So I reckon we just leave them to it.
Is that really true?
I doubt it.
That's a myth.
What?
It's not a school, it's just a rumour.
Nah, straight up. It is. My sister told me.
Even if it was true, which is probably not, this isn't exactly a normal lesson situation. We just need to wait it out until it's all over.
Wait. What? Out?
He doesn't know.
What?
He doesn't know what's going on
I
either. He hasn't got a clue.
I do know. I mean, I know a bit.
Prove it.
Yeah, what?
You seem pretty keen to keep us here. You owe us an explanation. Come on.
Okay. But just, keep it between us, okay? Don't go posting anything on your phone.
I wouldn't.
Holly.
How do you know my name?
I'm not the only one whose reputation precedes them.
Okay. No phones.
Okay. So, I was walking down the east staircase when all these teachers started coming up the other way.
But it's
And-
a one-way system.
I know. Anyway, and they're actually running, and suddenly Mr. Phipps comes out of nowhere, and he's got some other prefects with him and his radio on him.
Standard.
And he tells us that when the alarm goes off, we have to split off into different classrooms and make sure any younger kids stay put until a teacher comes. And I can hear all these voices over his radio, and they say that some kid in year 10 has had some kind of episode or something.
What do you mean by episode?
That's all they said.
Well, someone's obviously lost it.
Lost it.
He means someone's had some kind of mental health problem.
Okay. Why would that put us in lockdown?
Maybe they're dangerous.
Really?
It's far more likely they're trying to hurt themselves than someone else.
Well, either way, it's pretty inconsiderate.
What?
I've got rugby practice in 20 minutes.
You're unbelievable.
Thank you.
As long as you've got your priorities right.
Come on, they must have said who it was.
Well, I'm not saying any more, okay? It's none of our business.
Okay.
Yeah, fair enough.
Would you rather have hands for feet or feet for hands?
Oh, I hate feet. Definitely hands for feet.
Obviously hands for feet.
No contest.
Yeah, but I mean, think how much you could freak people out if you had big old feet hands. You'd be a TikTok sensation. Channel 5 love that stuff.
Oh, stop it. Oh. Okay. I've got one. Would you rather be able to speak to all animals or speak every human language?
Obviously, I would speak to animals.
Human. Definitely.
Really?
Yeah. Imagine if you could just go on holiday and chat up anyone you liked around the pool.
Yeah, but think about what you could discover if you could understand animals.
Yeah, but what if you didn't like what they had to say? What if your dog secretly hated you?
No way! Have you seen the way Alan looks at me? That dude loves me. I don't need no doggy language to prove it.
What breed of dog have you got?
He's a cockapoo.
Oh, I love cockapoos. I've got a cockapoo. His name's called Rudy. I have had him since he was a puppy, and he is 5 now. He is the best dog ever. I would love for him to talk to. I would love for him to talk to him. Like I would love for him to talk back to me when I'm stressed out. It's like he knows when he sits on my lap and lets me stroke him.
Cool.
Okay, I've got one. Would you rather be clever but ugly or stupid and beautiful?
Clever and ugly. Oh. No, wait.
Obviously clever. Think about what you could do if you were really smart. You could cure cancer, end global warming.
How ugly are we talking about?
I'd rather be pretty but brain dead. May as well stick with what I know.
Stop it.
Jamie,
What?
would you rather be clever but ugly or stupid and beautiful?
Oh, easy. Looks fade. I'd rather be clever.
Oh, well, so does intelligence. Your brain cells literally start dying off when you get old.
All right. Would you rather have a finger as a tongue or tongues for fingers?
Oh, that's even worse.
Oh.
Hey, Holly, think fast.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no,
yeah.
Guys, don't.
I like Nadia. I really do. She's funny and forthright and just comes out with stuff and says it, which is great. But ever since she's been around, it's not been the same. She and Holly just click, and I'm the one who's left out. And sometimes they look at me, and I think they hate me. It used to be so easy with Holly. The summer before secondary, she spent so much time at mine that she actually kept a toothbrush there. We would just look into each other's eyes and know what the other was thinking. But now I've changed. We both have. I can't talk to her like before. I don't tell her all the things I'm thinking because I don't know how she'd react. What if I'm too much and push her away? So I perform this sort of half person, a version of myself I think she will like, and...
Okay. Would you rather have the ability to rewind your life or pause it?
Oh, pause it.
Well, depends. How far back can you rewind?
How far back do you want to rewind?
Maybe the 60s or earlier, turn of the 20th century.
This isn't time travel, it's got to be in your lifetime.
Right, yeah, sorry.
I'd rewind.
To when?
Maybe to when I was like 6 or 7.
100%. You could spend a whole afternoon just scrunched up bits of tissue paper and sticking. I miss that.
You could still do that.
And ruin my nails? No chance.
Do you remember when we spent absolutely ages making that card to send to Kate and Will to congratulate them on the birth of Princess Charlotte?
We took it so seriously. And do you remember? You got PVA glue all over your arm and we convinced Miss Ahmed that your skin was peeling off and she made you go to the nurse.
Hey, Holly, think fast.
Okay.
Right, don't make me get up
Hey.
there. Don't drop it! Don't encourage it.
Okay. Ooh. Here.
Even here, playing this game surrounded by people, I still feel alone. Like I don't belong. Or they are just letting me join in because they feel sorry for me. I know I can never be the kind of friend to Holly that Rosie is. They've known each other a long time. They speak the same language. In the UK, most people don't say hello or hi. They just say, "You alright?" And at first, I didn't get it. I thought I must look like there was something wrong with me. But then I realized they're not actually asking if I'm alright. They don't want to know. And I miss my friends back home, and I'm devastated that we never got to say goodbye. I haven't told anyone what happened to bring me here. I can't tell them what it was like to live in constant fear. Never knowing who I could trust. Always alert, vigilant, waiting for that knock on the door. I can't tell them that we left in the middle of the night, cooped up like animals, like criminals, just because my mum wrote an article for a newspaper and it told the truth. They haven't asked. And I haven't told my story because it might be too much for them to bear. So I shut off that part of myself and think to the future and...
Told you I was coming up here. Enough! Some of us are trying to work.
Okay.
Buzzkill.
Would you rather eat the same meal every night or give up social media?
That's a tough one.
Obviously, I would eat the same meal.
But you barely use social media.
I know I would rather eat the same meal every night anyway.
True.
It would save an argument.
I'd be so bored without my socials.
No prizes for guessing what Holly's going to choose.
What's that supposed to mean?
Oh, nothing.
He means you're insta-famous, darling.
Exactly. Maybe you've spent a bit less time online and a bit more time doing schoolwork, then...
What?
You got to admit, Holly, you do post a lot.
If you don't want people judging you, maybe curb it a bit. I didn't mean anything by it.
You did?
If you ask me, it's a bit creepy. Some sixth former stalking a year 9 online.
It's not stalking! It just cropped up on my feed, okay?
Do you all think I'm shallow?
I did not say that.
No. Kind of.
Right, I see.
Holly!
No, that's great. Absolutely fantastic.
Babe.
At least I know where I stand.
Elizabeth I inspired a generation of women to poison themselves with toxic lead on their skin. During the Renaissance, Italian women blinded themselves with deadly nightshade to make their pupils look bigger. In the 1800s, women would cinch their waists with corsets so tight that their deformed rib cages actually stopped them breathing. The ancient practice of foot binding in China left women struggling to walk. In the Victorian era, women made themselves sick by digesting tapeworms which literally ate them up from the inside. Gross. Using Instagram has been proven in countless studies over and over again to be linked to an increase in teenage girls with eating disorders, to anxiety, to depression, and to suicide. I know that. We were taught about it at school. My mum made me watch some documentary on TV. That's not the whole story. Because even though it's damaging and just as toxic as any trends that came before, I absolutely love it. I can spend hours completely absorbed, choosing my angles, my setup, my lighting, blurring, concealing, contouring, highlighting, shaping, colouring myself in, cropping, filtering, reimagining, wording, rephrasing, curating. I am my own canvas, endless reincarnations. I am my own work of art. And I know that every new follower, every new like, sets me alight. And the pace, the way it moves and evolves, an ever-changing stream of aesthetic data to consume, comment and curate. I don't know if it just worked the way I think, or if it has shaped the way I think, but it gives me a buzz. So I keep scrolling and scrolling. When I wake up every morning, the first thing I do is check my phone. And when I fall asleep, my phone is still in my hand, because it makes me feel exhausted, overwhelmed, but connected, like I am part of something important, like I am worth more than my rubbish school report, and I can ignore all those idiots who make nasty comments, because haters got hate, but lovers. I honestly feel like some of my best friends are those I made online. And I know that's a risk, because we can all be anyone we like online. But that's also the beauty. I can hide behind my wall. And yes, it can be exploited, to groom, to bully, and to spread hate. But it can also be harnessed to tell a different narrative, to find your people and reclaim your story. Okay, so when a plus-size influencer posts a picture that slays without apologising for her body, she may not break the beauty mould, but she chips away at it. When enough of us posted #MeToo or #everyone's invited, we may not have knocked the patriarchy completely off its course, but we have steered a new direction. And posting a little black square and not doing anything else may be nothing more than virtue signalling. But now a whole generation knows the words Black Lives Matter, and that's worth something.
So, is it a boy or a girl?
I can't say.
Because you don't want to tell us, or because you can't assume their gender?
Both?
So it's someone in year 10
I-
who is gender non-conforming.
I didn't say that.
Probably is, though.
Why?
Oh, you know I'm not homophobic.
Well, obviously.
What?
We just assumed you and Alex were boyfriends.
I mean, not that that would be a problem. I'm an ally, but we're not. Alex, tell them.
Are you breaking up with me?
I hate all of you.
Oh, you didn't speak of
What I was trying to say was, you have to admit, your lot, you are a little bit sensitive. Well, you are!
I didn't realise when I was getting ready for school today that I'd need to represent the entire LGBTQ+ population.
I'm just saying it's more likely to be one of your friends than one of the rugby lads.
Really?
Because gay lads can't play rugby.
All that cuddling up together.
It's called a scrum.
You think being gay will be an advantage?
Look, I didn't mean anything bad by it. Just, sure, Alex, don't get all moody.
A lover's tiff.
Just let it go. But it's me that's letting it go. Again. And it's just so tiring. When Dom says things like that. When we're shoved all together like we're all the same. When Dom claims to be an ally, but then acts all disgusted at the idea that I could be his boyfriend. Tells me to be proud, but then does something that proves he thinks it's shameful. It's so absolutely, completely exhausting. And even thinking that I feel guilty. I have no right to complain. When those who came before had to fight for my right to exist. When even now, across the world, I am illegal in 70 countries. I should be grateful. Because we have it good. We don't have to hide who we are or who we love just to get a job. Our teachers don't have to censor themselves for fear of promoting the acceptability of homosexuality. I can get married. I can adopt a child. But I am still the only grandchild who couldn't bring their boyfriend to Grandma's 80th, in case it upset her or some cousin or uncle, to protect me, just in case. I can walk down the street and not fear for my life, usually. Except for the time I was followed back from the train station to my sister's flat. 3 lads chased me up the stairs and I only just made it inside in time, their fingers curling around the edge of the door as I slammed it, shaking as they shouted through the letterbox while we called the police. But that was the exception. There has never been a better time in modern history to be gay, or a they. But yeah, it could well be one of my lot whose mental health has floundered. But cut us some slack. Because for all the progression we are still held back, not by overt persecution or tyrannical laws, but by hundreds of tiny assumptions and aggressions, tiny cuts. We may not be walking wounded, but we are still battle-scarred. And I carry the fear of rejection each time we have to out ourselves. I carry the weight of having to speak up for my friends. The pressure of correcting pronouns and unhelpful assumptions. The responsibility of speaking up and out for a community so vast and diverse that I will never get it right for everyone. But still, I try to honour those brave warriors who fought before and to keep fighting for those who follow.
Mate, I really didn't mean to.
Oh no.
Are we good?
Yeah. All good.
So who do you reckon it is?
Well, I don't really know anyone in year 10 that well, so...
Maybe Summer?
Oh, yeah. I didn't think of her, but maybe.
Who's Summer?
Oh, she's really pretty. She's got this long hair and she usually wears it in a plait.
Massively into Pokemon.
Maybe, why her?
She had to have loads of time off last year because she had an eating disorder.
But I don't think that's relevant.
I thought she was better now, though.
What's her surname?
Hunter, I think?
It's not her.
How do you know?
Look, she just posted a load of year 10s in the science block. Wait, guys, do you want to get a photo?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Aww.
That's
That's
really
yes.
cute.
Yes.
Yeah, isn't it?
I remove.
I'm editing that though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, what about George?
Which one is George?
You know, they're the one who's always got their COVID mask on.
Really? Even now?
Exactly.
They're not the type.
Oh, what about Jess?
Who?
New girl.
It won't be Jess.
She does seem a bit weird.
Do you know her?
Yeah, we're having Miss Parks set for the school's play.
She has got the woman that's always following her around.
Her learning support assistant.
See, they must be pretty worried about her if she needs that much supervision.
Or maybe she needs that much support with her learning. She's really shy. The last thing she wants to do is to cause a scene.
What about Dylan?
Dylan Mackenzie. Yeah, could be.
Who is Dylan?
Oh, you won't know because that happened before you joined. But when we were in year 7, he kept setting the phylum off and throwing chairs. He was completely out of control.
But that's quite a long time ago.
Hadn't his brother just died?
Yeah, but you got to admit, he's got form.
Oh my god!
What?
Look!
What are you doing?
Come away from the window.
Wait.
I mean it. Sit down. What you-
Oh, let me.
Guys.
Can you see anything?
Nothing.
Oh, let me.
Well.
Nothing.
Told you.
What are we looking for?
Apparently, there's a girl on the roof.
Where?
I can't see anything.
There's nothing there.
Maybe she jumped already.
Tom, that's horrible!
I was just saying.
Why did I just say?
You'd have to be really desperate to go up on the roof.
No one on the roof.
But she
Look,
said...
Holly probably just made it up for attention.
Holly wouldn't do that!
Do what?
Jamie said that to me. You made up the roof for intention. No, so you wouldn't lie about that.
Oh, thanks, Billy.
How much longer do you think they'll make us stay here
Look,
for?
they're probably just waiting for an ambulance to come.
An ambulance?
Or the police.
I don't like hospitals.
What are the police going to do about it?
Oh, I don't know, the fire brigades!
Fireman, where?
Will they have to go to hospital? Oh, firemen, where?
Or fire ladies.
I think the term might be firefighters, actually.
But there's no fire.
Oh.
So no firefighters to be seen.
Shame.
It's really quiet.
Yeah, there's no one out there. It's a bit creepy.
I quite like it like this.
Really?
Yeah, stops making my brain feeling so noisy.
But it's too still. Even the leaves on the trees aren't moving. It's like the trees and the playground and the wind and even the birds are all waiting.
Waiting for what?
So still. It doesn't look real.
Stop it, you've given me goosebumps. Look at my arm.
Like, it's all waiting for something to happen.
Like what?
I don't know, but we can't stop it. Out the window, everything I look at is a constant reminder of the undeniable, absolutely irrefutable truth. Species are dying, oceans are rising, and this planet will become completely uninhabitable. And that existential dread keeps burning in my brain. Everything I look at is a reminder that we are doomed. The one-use plastics and coffee cups littering the pavement outside. The cars idling in the traffic jam just beyond the school gate, spitting out their putrid gas so we can't breathe. Without thinking, I reach out, and the cold glass touches my fingers, and my hand leaves a mark on the window. And I look at the dirty handprint between me and the still trees. And I want to apologise. I want to say, look, Mr. Tree, I'm sorry that we've broken the planet, but it wasn't me. My generation are just paying the price for my parents, or their parents. It was so incredibly obvious that we couldn't keep consuming and burning at such a rate, and that there would be consequences. And I feel completely useless. And I hate that I feel like I can't do anything.
I think I'm losing my mind because I'm not some kind of hippie freak, but then I might as well talk to the trees and the air and the birds and the sky because no one else is listening. And I get it. I know why no one wants to listen because we are all just numb to it. But when Holly buys her latest look from Shein, or Nadia sits there eating some greasy burger, it's like there is a silent scream constantly echoing in my skull, and no one is coming to save us. No amount of recycling or veganism is going to stop the inevitable, complete, and utter destruction of the world.
Excuse me, James Sinclair. How long do you think we will be in here for?
Oh, well, probably not too much longer.
I've got up by about 3:30.
Yeah, I actually need to pick up my little brother.
Miss Sparks will be wondering where I am.
What about me? I've got rugby.
We are having Miss Sparks set for the school's play.
We've got a big match coming up.
Well, you're all just going to have to be patient. Please sit down.
Are you okay, Billy? Why? Too many plan changes? What can I do? I can't get you to art. I wish I could.
What's wrong with her?
Just butt out, okay? Fidget?
I said to sit. Oh, what's wrong with her? Is she sick?
Are they diabetic? We've got chocolate.
No, she's fine. Billy, do you want your headphones?
Why aren't they talking?
Hoodie? Billy, do you want me to stay or go? They need some space.
How did you know what to do?
Maybe there's more to me than you thought.
Oh, right, okay. Oh, sorry, you were brilliant with her.
Well, Billy and me have been friends since year 5, so we've worked out a system.
You're a really good friend.
It's a small thing to do for somebody you care about.
Yeah, okay. So, in future, if someone who is...
Neurodivergent.
Yeah, like Billy, is having a...
Shut down.
That's what I should do.
Not necessarily.
No?
Well, Billy's just one autistic person. They're individual.
Oh, okay.
So for Billy, that means... So for Billy, plans and routines are really important. And they've become really good at managing it, but today, this afternoon, so many plan changes all at once, they kind of need to recalibrate their system.
So
For Billy, that means reducing noise, offering something for their hands, something they find comforting.
Okay. How do you know this?
Well, Billy and me talked about it before when they weren't feeling so overwhelmed.
Huh. When it happens, what do you think is going on in her head?
I know they're talking about me. I don't care. It doesn't matter. I can see, I can hear, but I am not here. Obviously, I am physically here, but mentally, I have cast a spell. I have conjured an iridescent bubble to hold me. Glinda the Good Witch has got nothing on me. I am enclosed. I am safe. And because I have closed off from the outside, just for a bit, I can start to untangle the afternoon. That alarm was loud. Really loud. And it's not like I am some mad bat with ultrasonic hearing, but my whole body resonated. I am the resonator. I can still feel it under my skin, and the sound means danger. So even though they said it's nothing to worry about, there is danger still under my skin. And Don made those stupid assumptions, and that hurt Alex a bit, and I feel his feelings. And Jamie said that stuff to Holly, and I know that it got her because I can feel it, and I can feel Rosie disconnecting, and I don't know exactly what's wrong with Nadia, but I can sense her hurting, and someone might or might not be up on the roof, but I can still feel their pain. My ultrasonic power picks up everything. The hum from the fluorescent lights. The invasion of prying eyes. People think if you're autistic, you don't feel anything. But for me, I feel it all too much. And there's nothing I can do and nowhere I can go, so instead, I shut down. I cast my spell, I conjure my bubble, and I wait it out. I'm feeling better now.
You gave us a bit of a fright there.
Sorry, but when plans keep changing in my head,
You don't need to apologise.
when people don't know me so well, being on time is really important to me.
Don't worry, we get it.
I think we're all a little bit autistic, really.
What?
That's like saying you're a little bit pregnant.
Yeah, but what I mean is that...
You are or you aren't.
Well, what about people who don't find out till they're an adult?
They are always autistic, they just haven't been diagnosed yet.
Yeah, and while you're at it, just because someone likes things being neat, it doesn't mean that they have OCD.
Yeah. Or if they're having mood swings, that they've got a personality disorder.
Or, if they're being selfish, they're a narcissist.
Or if they're really disorganised, it means they have ADHD.
I mean, you do have ADHD.
Yeah, I know, I'm just saying not all disorganised people do.
And you can't really go around diagnosing yourself or other people just because of some TikTok video you've watched.
Exactly.
But isn't that how you found
Yeah,
out?
okay, fine. But I got it confirmed. I had a proper diagnosis.
All right. Okay. There's no need to go off on one. She can't say anything these days. I'm well depressed. What?
You're not depressed. You might be feeling annoyed or sad, but those are just feelings. Everyone has them, and then they pass, and you start feeling something else. Depression is much more than that.
Right, okay. There's no need to go off on one.
I'm not, I just...
It's just... I don't know.
Tell me.
Well, how do you know?
What?
How do you know when something's just a feeling or something more? I mean, I'm always feeling stuff, but...
Well, of course you are.
What's that supposed to mean?
How old are you? 14?
Yeah, I suppose you're going to blame the hormones.
Yes, obviously. But it's a bit more than just that. It's... The bit of your brain that is responsible for emotions is called the amygdala, right? And during the teenage years, it goes into overdrive and it's not properly linked to any part of the logical bit of the brain yet. So that's why teenagers, we can be a bit dramatic.
How do you know this stuff?
I'm taking psychology. It's part of my extended EPQ. But it's not even just the brain chemistry stuff, it's all the other things as well.
Like what?
Think about it. We're part of a school system with more high-stakes tests than anywhere else in Europe. We're connected 24/7 to everyone and everything. We can't switch off. It's been the first global pandemic in over 100 years. There's wars and censorship and fake news. Everyone's worried about whether to turn their heating on and the cost of food. And on top of that, we are literally living on a dying planet in the grip of climate change. So it's not really a surprise that our generation would be struggling. It's a sane response to an insane world.
But if everyone is feeling all of this stuff all of the time, how are we supposed to know when it's something to worry about?
I suppose it's when those negative feelings don't change or get worse over time. If they stop you doing what you want to do, if someone's personality or behaviour changes, if they are usually someone who likes to go out all the time and suddenly they're stuck in their room and won't talk to anyone.
I told you he was brainy.
Jamie.
What?
I need a wee.
Well, you're just going to have to hold it in.
Look, there's a toilet at the other end of the corridor. I can be there and back in a minute.
Maybe two if he washes his hands.
This will be over very soon, but until then...
But that's like an infringement on my human rights.
Look, I'm just doing what I've been told.
That's what they said in Nazi Germany.
Of course, it would be far worse if we were to remind you of running water, waterfalls.
What if I got some kind of medical condition that means I can't hold it in?
He doesn't.
How would you know?
Do you have some kind of medical condition?
I might.
And what might this medical condition be called?
Pidlius urinitis.
Just do something to keep your mind off it.
And what if I chose to ignore your advice?
What, well,
I could do. I could stand up. I am standing up.
Stop it!
I could walk towards the door. I'm walking!
You blocked your way!
I reach up beforehand.
Physically stop you!
And I struggle. My bladder might be weak, but my will is strong. Not my piddly.
Get off him!
They're only messing about.
I said get off him!
Okay, just not calm down.
It's just a joke, lads.
And the floor falls away from under me. And straight away, I'm back there. And it's like the last 14 months in the UK haven't happened. And I'm back there, in my country. Before we left, the smell of books burning still lingering in the air. My lips pressed hard together to stifle a scream. The guards are outside and they're rattling the door handle as we sneak out the back into the cold night air. And my mum and dad and me, we run. And the sound of my aunt trying to stall them is carried on the wind as we reach the road where my dad's colleague's vehicle is waiting. And we are in the back and hiding under blankets. And I can smell petrol and sweat and my mom's perfume. and I don't breathe as the van lurches to a stop, and I can hear voices outside. And I don't breathe as the sound of the bag opening almost deafens me. And I don't breathe as, even under the blankets, the sweeping torchlight almost blinds me. And I don't breathe until the doors are closed and the van accelerates into the night. And I look over and I see my father is silently sobbing. And I've never seen him cry before. I want to comfort him, but I have no words. And we cross the border to safety. But still we are constantly looking over our shoulders. And we have lost everything we had. And I'm leaving everything I know.
Holly! Do something! Oh.
Nadia, are you okay?
Someone get her a fidget.
That won't help.
Nadia? Nadia, it's okay, you're safe. Look, I don't know what's happening for you right now, but I'm here, and Holly's here, and we're here for you, okay? I'm just going to sit here. Going to take some deep breaths. Nice and slowly. Can you look at me? In and out. In and out. In and out. Good. We're in a geography classroom at school. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Good. What can you see?
Oh, I can see Billy's headset.
Yes.
Oh, the chocolate wrapper.
Anything else?
And the cactus on Miss Underwood's desk.
Good. What about your hands? What can you feel?
I can feel the desk. It's really dirty.
Okay. Can you hear anything?
I can hear the traffic outside.
Yes.
And your voice. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
It's okay.
I can't explain.
It's okay. You don't have to.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Sure?
A little shaken up, but better now. Nadia's okay.
Did really well with her.
Thanks.
Do you know why she...
No. She'll tell us if she wants to.
You know, I really admire you.
What?
Seriously.
For what?
Living by your principles. Foregoing chocolate in the name of veganism. I'd never have the willpower.
You can get vegan chocolate.
Yes, but then you have to make sure it's been ethically sourced, that no workers have been exploited. Did you know that some of it has palm oil in it? And although that's not technically an animal product, it still has a really detrimental effect on our environment.
That's what I mean.
And bacon. That's what I said to my sister. I said, Nancy, how can you give up bacon?
Well, you can do this thing with rice paper in an air fryer and
cheese. I love cheese. Sorry, Ro, but no amount of nutritional yeast is going to cut it. And have you smelt vegan cheese?
It's not that bad.
I'm getting hungry now.
You just ate.
Really?
It's fine. I'll sort it with Miss Underwood later. She won't mind. I'm one of her favourites. What? I am?
If you say so.
Kit Kat Chunky? Go on. You know you want to. Come on.
Okay. But, on the strict understanding, we are replacing it after.
Scout's honour. What? I can be a scout. Nadia, would you like this? It's the last one, so I thought.
Don't you want it?
It's cool. It's cool beans. You can have it.
Thanks.
Jamie.
Yes?
Let's say I've got this friend,
Right, okay.
and this friend of mine, well, they're more of a friend, really. I don't know them that well, so.
Sure.
I mean, if anything, they're just an acquaintance.
Yeah. What's going on with this acquaintance?
It's just their moods seem really off. You know, like, well, one minute they're really happy and pleased to see me, and then the next minute they're accusing me of all sorts of stuff. And their parents don't really know what to do. So.
Who is this?
And she keeps saying that she's not safe and that she won't come out of her room and that she won't eat with anyone.
Who is this?
You don't know them. So.
Well, I'm not an expert, but it sounds like they need to see a professional to get some help.
Right, yeah.
Maybe you could suggest that?
Yeah!
Seriously, if your friend is struggling, you need to get them some help.
Well, like I said, I don't really know them, so...
Take this year 11 girl, for example. If someone had flagged up what was going on with her, then maybe things might not have gone this far.
No, you said year 10.
Did I?
They did, didn't they?
Yeah, I think so.
Definitely.
Probably. Maybe. Yes.
You did? You said that you saw a load of teachers running up the stairs and that you heard on Phipps radio that it was some kid in year 10.
I can't remember.
Well, which was it? Year 10 or year 11?
Whoa, calm down. What's the big deal?
Nancy,
What?
his sister's in year 11.
Nancy! Oh, get out of my way!
Oh, we can't!
Just stay calm.
My sister is on the roof and you're telling me to stay calm!
You don't know it's her.
Yes, I do. It's her. It has to be. You don't understand. You have to let me go!
Someone's up there! Dom, you need to see this.
Is it?
They say at the end your whole life flashes before your eyes. But now it's like her whole life is replaying before me. Edited highlights.
Does teachers up there with her?
It's Miss Sparks and Miss Underwood.
I am 5. And Dad's bought a dog for Nancy's 7th birthday party. She wants to call him Sandy, but I cry so hard that she agrees to call him Alan, even though it's a stupid name for a dog. How could she be so stupid?
The police are here.
Where?
Over there. Can you see the reflection of the light?
I am 7, and she's flashing her torch under my bed to help me feel safe from monsters.
They're helping her.
I am 9, and she's sharing her headphones to drown out our parents arguing before Dad moves out.
Someone's talking to her.
What are they saying?
I can't hear, but she is listening.
I am 10, and I'm pretending to hate going to her street dance shows, but really, I'm so proud of her.
There's an ambulance.
I am 11, and we're in lockdown, and we're taking Alan for these really long walks for our mental health.
She's moving away from the edge.
It's 6 or 8 months ago, and I know that something is off with her. She keeps having these really long naps, some weekends barely getting up at all, and she's getting really skinny, like she's fading away to nothing. And she stopped talking to me. She stopped talking to everyone. And then she's too awake, like she's on fire. She's moving too fast and scrambling her words as she tries to make sense of her thoughts. And it's like everything has led up to this moment. The dog naming, the flashlight, the shared headphones, dance shows and arguments and long lockdown walks. They've all led to this moment, with me stuck in this classroom and Nancy on the roof. If she... I will never forgive myself. I actually feel angry. Because how can she do that to herself when she knows that she is so loved? And I get that she can't help it. And that she's clearly not very well and that she needs some help. And that I should have told someone. I should have looked out for her like how she's always looked out for me. And if she... I will never forgive myself.
Miss has given her her coat.
She must be freezing up there.
Dom, I think it's going to be okay.
They're going down the fire escape.
It's over.
I need to get to her.
I'm coming with you.
That was...
Yeah, it was.
You know, you can always talk to me. If you ever needed to, you know.
Thanks.
Holly, you coming?
I'll catch you up.
Are they going to be alright?
Yeah, I'm alright, Jamie. Are you alright? Are you alright?
Yeah. Me, I'm fine. Yeah, totally fine.
Do you think Nancy's going to be okay?
Yeah, they'll take her to hospital to give her a full assessment. I'm just worried about Dom.
Yeah,
Are you okay?
not really. You?
No, not really.
I guess no one's ever completely okay.
And that is okay.
Hug?
I can offer a friendly handshake.
Nice.